Hey there everybody, this package just arrived. Let's get it open and see what's in there. Ontario knife. Let's set that aside. It's the Ontario Knife Company. You might have heard they recently went out of business, but I think it's Blue Ridge Knives out of Virginia. Supposedly bought them up, and they're going to keep producing all or most of their blades, and they're going to do it in the United States, so I've heard. So let's hope that's the case. All right, look at that. There's the sheath. It says $18.89 on the snap. Pretty neat looking sheath. It's MOLLE compatible, as you can see. It's kind of a tan color, almost a cross between khaki green, or like like olive drab and like khaki or something. It does have a plastic liner down in the sheath. It looks like it's black plastic in there. And this sheath comes with a zipper pouch that doesn't come off, it's built onto it. So that's interesting. But you can see there is the knife handle anyhow. It's matte black canvas micarta. And this is obviously an Ontario Blackbird. But this is instead of SK5, it is in S35VN steel. CPM S35VN. It's like a high-end powdered steel. It's actually a type of stainless steel, but they compare it to LMAX, so it's supposed to be pretty good stuff. There is S45VN out there that I hear is superior to the S35VN, but still, this is supposed to be some really great steel, so let's hope it is. Here's the blade. Look at that. It's the basic Ontario Blackbird, just like the SK5, and similar to the ML5 that they made. The ML5 is the same shape, but it has the marbled micarta scales, and it's a little thinner stock of steel, and it's 420 high carbon stainless steel. But this one here is S35VN. And let's see here. Ontario Knife Company, made in the USA. I see right off the bat the tip is a little bit wonky. Like the edge grind isn't perfect. This looks thicker than the ML5 version. This is more like the original, the SK5. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, the camera does not want to focus. Typical. Yeah, that looks like a pretty big grind line there. And then this side, not so much. That's what's giving it that uneven grind. But you see that a lot with Ontario knives, even though they are made in America, and I do like them. I would say about 50% of their products have some noticeable flaws right out of the gate. I actually had two Ontario Blackbird SK5s, and I had to return both of them because they were both badly bent when they arrived. And then I ended up ordering them factory seconds that I had found on eBay. And I got two of those, and both of those I've been very happy with, believe it or not. They were actually straight and had a really good edge on them. And I got the ML5 in the 420 high carbon stainless steel, but it's good. It's got a good edge on it, but it is like a thinner stock steel, and the fit and finish, like around the handles and stuff, leaves a lot to be desired on the ML5. But this one here is just the Blackbird S35VN, and it looks like the fit and finish is pretty good. It feels pretty good in my hand. I do like that kind of charcoal gray black canvas micarta. That'll darken with time also. It just has that wonky tip on it. But I mean, I expect that from Ontario. Now that I actually ordered 3 RTAC 2s, and I have all 3 of them, but only one of them is like pristine. The other 2 arrived. One was bent at the tip, and the other one, just like the micarta, doesn't look that great, and the grind on the blade isn't spectacular. So like 2 out of 3 tend to not be so awesome. But this isn't a video complaining or anything, because I think it's Blue Ridge Knives bought them, and they're going to keep making them in America, and maybe they will watch their quality control a little better, you know. I don't know if they're going to raise the price much. I mean, I expect they would if they're going to do better quality control, but it will be nice to see what they produce and how good it is. I hope it's better quality, because Ontario gets a lot of government contracts, so they got to mass produce it as cheap as possible. So when you consider that, I mean, they do a pretty good job considering what they're working with, you know. But yeah, Blue Ridge Knives I don't think has any contracts as far as I know like that, so hopefully they'll just do a better job for the collector. But let's see, I don't know, you could fit a small flashlight in here, a ferro rod, you get quite a bit of stuff in there. All right, I got an Archer Pro, or a Through Night Archer Pro V2. This is a great little flashlight, super bright. You could carry that, you got plenty of room in there. You might even be able to get something big like this Victorinox Ranger grip if you wanted to have some extra tools. But you could put a cigarette lighter in here. You could put kindling, a compass. Like, there's so many things you could carry in there. Just make that little kit your own. You could put Band-Aids, first aid stuff, a sharpening stone. Like, you could probably think of something, I'm sure. Okay, this is it inside the sheath. Other than the zipper jingling a little bit, it's pretty silent. Excuse my watch that is beeping in the background. But yeah, what I like is there is another version of this sheath that I actually have for one of mine, and they put this strap here way down here, and it works. But the issue is when you hook it on your belt, the knife handle kind of falls forward, and that's just sucks, you know. Like, I don't care for that very much at all. But here they use their thinker, and they back this strap up more near the top, so now it's going to stay nice and straight when you're wearing it, like it should have in the first place. So that's pretty cool. It does have a big belt loop on it. Seems like a really quality sheath, lightweight, but really decent quality. I like the double retention straps. Kind of weirds me out that they went with the tan brown for the black canvas micarta. I would think they would have went with black nylon, but I mean, to each his own, I guess. All right, here's that other pouch I was talking about. I added this magazine pouch on it because it is MOLLE compatible. But see how the strap is much lower? So when you put it on, the knife just tends to like flap around more like that and hang forward more. I think it was even worse before I put this weighted pouch on that has a Victorinox Champ in there. Oh, you can't see it. There it is. It's down in there. But that gave it the extra weight. It seems like it hangs a little better, but it's still a good sheath. I almost wonder, since this one has more of a greenish tan handle, I should switch these sheaths. Although I do like having that snap up there. Oh well, we'll see. So you're looking at about almost 5 on the cutting edge. About 4 3/4 on the actual blade edge. And 10 inches overall. So that gives you a 5-inch handle with pretty much a 5-inch blade. Pretty close. Because you got this little extra area there with the choil. Thickness is about a full 1/8 of an inch. If I could quit wiggling. 1/8 of an inch thick. And about an inch and just a little over an inch and an eighth. Almost an inch and a quarter for the width. Okay, this is it beside an SE5. This is just for size comparison. This is very thick though. This is a 1/4 inch thick. Whereas this is only about an 1/8. Okay, here it is beside the Ontario Blackbird ML5. That's the one with the marbled micarta scales, which look freaking great. My stomach's growling. It's dinner time. I gotta eat. But Blackbird ML5, if it'll focus. But you can see it's a little thin in the fit and finish, especially on the handle, is a little more rough. At least on mine. Maybe they're not all this way. But if you stand them up, I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but I think this one might be a hair thicker, but maybe not. But with the ML5, you get the little leather sheath. And this is in 420 high carbon stainless steel, whereas this one's S35VN. And then here it is beside an SK5. Let me see if I can get it to focus. I got some oil on there, that's why camera doesn't want to focus on it too good. SK5 though, and we'll look at the size difference on those. Now, if you are a fan of that Kephart style of the Ontario Blackbird, this is just really for size comparison, but this is the new LT Wright Gen 3, and this is the full flat grind in 01 tool steel. I got some oil on the blade. Black canvas micarta, brass pins, Full-Tang, real thick, much heavier. And you get this JRE Industries leather sheath that I dyed black and then I wet formed it. I still have to get a fire steel for it. But yeah, if you like this, this is just like a giant chopper version of it. But I don't have a lot of experience with S35VN, so that's what this new Ontario is, so I do want to try it out. It's supposed to hold an edge really well, so we'll see. Okay, here's a sheet of printer paper. Let's see what it can do. It is pretty sharp right up until you get to that little bit of offset tip there. But, well, that didn't prove nothing there. Okay, here's a new piece of printer paper, and I just stropped this a little bit to see if it helps at all. It's actually razor sharp if you hold the knife at just the right angle. but it definitely seems like stropping it helped a lot. There must have been little burrs on it the whole way down. Yeah, but it feels better now. Just a quick strop. There might be a little micro burr right in there somewhere that I'll have to work on, but pretty decent. Well, there you have it. That's about it. It's the Ontario Blackbird. It used to be the SK5. Then they made the ML5. And then now this is the S35VN. So I picked this up because Ontario went out of business. And you never know if the value of these are going to skyrocket now or not. So who knows, but just on the off chance I grabbed this one because I do like the knife design. Overall, the Blackbird's a pretty cool knife. But I don't want this to drag on much longer. I hope you enjoyed this video.
This is Joe Doomsday signing out.
Try that.